Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. And yes, this is a bonus episode. You guessed it. Check out what we got down here. This is the Fiido M1 Pro e-bike. You guys know where we're at, okay? This is where the world famous Cat's Meow is. This is Northwoods in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Beautiful right now. But the idea is we can't go on these dirt trails with this thing because they've banned them. All right, because it's got this. We got a throttle, so we are not allowed to go on these trails, but that's okay. Now we're fixing to take this thing from here. We're gonna go meet up with the Wolfman at a parking garage. A little deal might be going down. We're gonna give you guys a real-time review on this bike and just kind of seeing, first of all, if we can get out of this hill throttle only, because there's a massive hill here. But anyway, so guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's tune in. Let's all enjoy the Fiido M1 Pro 500 watt folding e-bike.
Off my hand!
Hello. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's power this guy on.
Turn your light on.
I would turn it on, Dad. All right, we got the power on now, and I can see it with my sunglasses on. We're going to turn this light on. Okay, now we got the LED shining up in the front. We can see our battery, how much we've got. Kilometers an hour. I don't know about that. 2, 3 levels of pedal assist. God, I wish there was a way to change the kilometers and miles per hour. If anybody out there knows, let us know. That'd be helpful. Okay, now let's go ahead and pedal this thing. And we're in 4th gear right now. Now see how this thing kicks on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Geez, that's pedal assist level 1. The damn thing wants to take off like a rocket. Are we sure that's 1? I'm going 14 kilometers an hour. So it says. Ooh, the brakes feel good. Here we go. Let's do this. All right, so what I want to do is, this is a very good incline. I bed brakes in on this hill here, okay? We are in level, pedal assist level 1. What we're going to do is we're going to try to make it up this incline throttle only on level 1, okay? Now, we are throttle only. Geez, this thing is quiet. 500 watt motor. I'm going 21 kilometers an hour. I'm starting to feel it die down now, okay? Throttle only. Now we're gonna go to level 2, nothing. Level 3, nothing. All right, so now, the truck really interrupted me. We are going to shift to 1st gear in level 1, and it's pretty, I mean, effortless, you know, to say the least. It's very effortless, I should say. Pedaling good. Not breathing hard or anything like that, and it is warm out today. And then again, it wants to show off and go, oh man, there's more. So we're gonna shift this Shimano Tourney 7-speed group set. Very smooth, very big, Mickey Mouse shifter, but boy, let me tell you something, it works like a charm. No tuning with this bike either. Now on the road, I'm thinking that this thing is really gonna shine, okay? Now let's try the full suspension. It's still going. Is that a cruise control feature or what? I think that's a cruise control. We're moving now, buddy, but there's no, I'm not pedaling, we're just cruising. Let's try this. Let me slow down a little bit in case it's too windy. We're gonna try this full suspension out. I got a shot back there on the shock. Okay, kind of got a little bit of movement back there, it's not bad. So what's funny is this thing, on the flat takeoff, it's like wanting to rear and go. The thing though is, like in 2nd and 3rd, it doesn't make a difference. I guess top end speed it does, because it's wanting to help me here, 17 kilometers an hour, and then it dies out, okay? So let's try pedal assist 2. Now it's kicking in. All right, you can hear these big old fat 20 by 4-inch tires making contact with the road. I like that. All right, so we're decent here. It's wanting to kick in at 19. It's helping me, and again, I'm in 6th gear. Let's go to 4th. It's helping me chug up this no problem. 19 kilometers an hour. Golly. So not only is this thing in kilometers an hour, and it looks like it stops at 19, 20 area. Let's go to the pedal assist level 3. Now it's kicking in. All right, so 20, 21, and it starts to die out a little bit. That's a little disappointing. There's like 5 kilometers an hour in there, give or take, that it helps you, and that's it. Now there is a way to unlock the speed on this bike, but I can't show you guys but Fiido did send us a video on how to do so. So that's pretty interesting. All right, we're gonna try to go up this hill, throttle only. Let's get some speed. And I don't think the gearing helps, say you're in first or seventh. I don't think it helps when it comes to using throttle only. Just whenever you go to pedal, of course, just like a normal bike, easier in the lighter gears. Something else I'm really digging about this bike is the riding position. That's something that worries me because the bike says, hey, not only can this thing handle riders 5'6", but it can handle riders, I think it says 6'4", 6'5". My dad's 6'4". This ain't working for him. And the big reasoning behind that, guys, is I do have a lot of adjustment in the seat, right? Because we have a little quick release setup. The problem is I don't have any adjustment in the stem area here. The only adjustment that you see down there is to fold the bar down. So that's kind of a bummer. We're moving now, buddy. 25 kilometers an hour. Which in miles per hour, I have no clue. Now we're back to cruising speed. So 25 kilometers an hour is what I got up to. All right, but the riding position is very nice for a short guy like me. If you're any taller than 5'5", I'm sorry to say it, Fiido, I don't know how comfortable this bike would be for you guys, because I'm already leaning over and I'm not a big guy. But it's cool to have that rear suspension. I don't really feel a whole bunch of it working here on this road, but I think for bigger riders, you might get more of a benefit from it. I'm about 145 pounds at the moment. This thing is fully charged. I doubt we drop any bars riding. It's probably about 2.5 miles maybe to the parking garage. Now the fork is a suspension fork. We're gonna use this stop sign here. The fork is a suspension fork. It's a coil with a preload knob, and there's a little bit of movement down there. And again, you're not gonna get a bunch of movement for a e-bike, you know, especially a folding bike, but there is something there, and that feels okay. Another problem that I'm having with the e-bike is the right brake lever is actually the front. It should be the back. We're in America. The left is to the rear. So it's very funky indeed, okay? Don't dig that whatsoever. Headlight is actually a nice touch to this bike, and it does go off of the battery. And another cool feature, underneath the speedometer here, there is actually a USB port. So if we wanted to get a phone mount and snap it on one of these bars, kind of like we have the GoPro here, we can actually put our phone here and have it being charged at the same time. Very cool thinking from Fiido on that. This is like a commuter's dream, if you're a 5'5" commuter. Check out the deer. You see the deer? Look at the deer here. Watch out, buddy, there's a fence there. Oh, he knows where the fence is. Very cool. So very cool for commuting, very comfortable. We got a horn, but the downside, okay, the downside on this bike, and what's a surprise, is there is no rear tail light. So you will have to get one of these if you plan on doing a lot of commuting, especially for safety, okay? We do have a kickstand here that is pretty beefy. I am digging that. It does come with fenders, plastic fenders, but we decided we wanted to have a different look. And mainly because if it had had a rack back here, then we probably would have went ahead and had fenders on there. But since there is no rack, we didn't want to go with fenders, make it look clean. And also, since there's no fender, there's nowhere, or there's no rack, there's nowhere to mount a tail light. So that's kind of an issue with this bike. And as I said earlier, if you look here, there's a lot of movement with this seat post, a lot of drop, a lot of gain with it. So for riders with longer legs, you'll definitely have your area to adjust. The issue is here, okay? Now, we're gonna pull this back. The only thing this thing can do is fold. There is no movement on this to go neither up nor down. Now we can adjust these two bolts here to maybe knock this forward a little bit or bring it back, but other than that, that's the only kind of adjustment. So you're kind of stuck with what you got here, which is kind of a bummer, but for shorter guys, I don't know, it might be your thing. Let's continue riding. We'll get some city riding in here. I really wish I had a brake light. It has been established we are only topping out at 23 kilometers an hour. It's definitely not a speed demon, but as I said earlier, Fiido did send us a video on how to unlock, so we might be doing that in the near future. I can definitely see myself wanting to do that very fast. Display is actually nice. It's just, other than the pedal assist levels, even if I hold these buttons down, that's the power button, there's nothing there to see how far I've gone, nothing. So that's kind of an issue. The brakes work very well. The levers do feel really good in the hand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down this parking here, and this town here is Hot Springs. Now we're gonna go throttle, we'll go mostly throttle through here. And I'm starting to think, guys, that this bike actually has a cruise control. We're gonna try that out. Speed limit's 30 miles an hour. I definitely don't think I'm gonna be breaking that anytime soon. This is 23 here, okay? So while I'm holding the throttle down, I'm gonna let off the throttle. And the bike does have cruise control, so that's kind of a cool deal. I'm a big fan of cruise control, especially whenever we're going camping and going around the campgrounds. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to, we'll go ahead and gear a little bit. We'll get to 7th gear, and we'll just see how we do. We'll see what speed we can get up to, see if we can actually stay up with traffic. Again, it is, 30 miles an hour. I'm going 25 kilometers an hour. We'll take off throttle only, and we'll see how it goes. Might race somebody on a motorcycle out here. Throttle only. All right. He doesn't want any of the Fiido, I'm telling you right now. Very cool downtown. Hot Springs got a whole bunch of history to it. If you guys are ever in Hot Springs, this is like a, this is pretty much like a, I don't know, its own little secret, man. It's just such a cruiser, and it's so quiet without those fenders on there. You'd be really surprised on how much noise fenders add to your ride on an e-bike. All the people downtown, pretty cool spot. Damn, these grips, the ergonomic shaped grips, they're not the prettiest grips in the world, but they are so comfortable. I love cruising with them. We're gonna be taking a right here, and we're gonna go to this parking garage. I love that this bike has a cruise control. Very cool. Yeah, and there's a truck behind me right now. Might be Wolfman, regardless, whoever it is. I just don't like not having a brake light. It just does not feel safe, especially for the city riding. I really prefer it to have one. Dude, you hear how quiet this thing is? Wow.
All right, so I got a chance to ride a little bit. You got a lot of riding in on it.
I got a few miles on it. I really like the bike. I just worry about bigger riders out there. But I think it's fine for me. The biggest thing I can say is it just doesn't have the top end speed that I was really hoping that it would have. That. It's got a crazy takeoff on flat ground, but only being a 500 watt, I mean, being a 500 watt, you would think it'd go a little bit faster, but we're topping out at 23 kilometers an hour, which...
Can we change its miles per hour?
No. But you can't change your brakes either until we...
Yeah, here's the thing. Let's do this. To be fair, they actually sent us a way to make it faster.
The video, yeah.
So why don't we just do this? Why don't we go ahead and call this day one? Let's go ahead and let's continue this. Maybe in town or something. Whenever we have a chance, let's unlock it or do whatever that is to make the speed faster. You might like it better during that, and it might have more punch. Who knows? Let's do that. I can tell you right now, I don't need to ride it anymore. I can tell you a guy that there's all kinds of stuff up here.
Sunglasses.
A guy that's 6'4", I gave my when I was on it. I even said when it's 6'4", it is actually doable. It's doable. It's not, I wouldn't say it's super preferable and comfortable for a guy 6'4", but it's doable. And I think some people might even be okay with the riding position.
I think we should do a separate video.
I don't, but I do at the same time.
Yeah.
I understand.
You understand.
I'm
I think
both.
this should be a video of the Fiido M1 Pro, how we liked it. There's some pretty cool features, okay? But I think we need to do a separate video after we unlock it. Just maybe we unlock it and then see how this thing goes and see if we like it anymore.
Okay, so in the future we'll do that.
I think so.
All right, sounds good. Well,
Yeah.
let's call it.
But guys, appreciate you watching. This is just a little bonus video. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. I think there's some things that we can work on with it, and I think there's some good stuff. Not a bad bike. The full suspension really didn't play a role. Did it for you?
I didn't really know. I guess I'd have to go over some more bumps and stuff.
Yeah,
I
went over a few. It wasn't the greatest, but appreciate you guys watching Wolf videos as always. Please give this video a like, a little bit of bonus for you. Guys, we will see you on the next one.